Hi, this is Harish here. Welcome to HADR tutorial part 15. In this tutorial or tip that I want to provide is I'm having a really twisted HADR setup and it snapped the transactions. So I'm going to just explain it more in the next slide about the problem scenario. The scripts that I'm using or the data files that I'm using are freely available for download to reproduce the scenario at db2lewacademy.blogspot.in, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel youtube.com/db2lewacademy, and you can reach me at db2academy@gmail.com. This slide talks about the problem scenario. So here I am having a HADR setup running in super asynchronous mode, and what I mean by really twisted setup and why it is snapping the transactions is what I'm going to explain. By twisted setup, I mean here, like I have a shared archive location configured, shared archive log location configured between the primary and the standby. So the primary is archiving to a location, and the standby log arc meth one setting is also set to that same location. So it's like an NFS mount point, and the mirror log location or the mirror logs in the primary where the active log files will be there, that is configured as overflow log path in the standby. So the motivation or expectation and outcome, so why I am doing this kind of a twisted setup is like I am ensuring the availability of both the archive and the active log files to the standby machine during a takeover by force, if there is a takeover that's going to happen. So my expectation or the outcome would be a lossless takeover in the standby. Even though I am in super asynchronous mode, all the log files, see that in the primary, from a perspective of primary, the log files are either available in the archive log location or it is available as active logs, and I am ensuring availability of both the log files to the standby by this kind of a twisted configuration wherein the archive log location is shared. That is really not a big twist, but what I've done is the mirror log location also I have configured as a shared NFS drive and in primary, and that is same location is configured to the overflow log path. So you will not miss any log files, whether it is active log files or archive log files, from a standby perspective also, because it's the same shared location path. And when you do the takeover by force on the standby, for some reason you want to do it, your primary went down, or for whatever reason, it will be pretty much lossless, right? So that's the idea behind this. So I'm not like, this is, I totally understand that this is a twisted, convoluted, bizarre setup, and it's not standard way of setting up HADR. I totally get it, but I'm not able to get it why it is not working. So it should, right? So I'm not sure. So whether it is any version specific is happening, or I'll have to really redo the test case in different like enterprise edition. I'm using like db2 11.1 express c and it didn't work, so maybe I need to try it in an enterprise edition, but I will definitely try that and let you know it in the comments later. So let's now just quickly get into the example, like as usual. So I want to demonstrate that with an example scenario. So here I have, okay, there you go. So so the requirement is you need to have HADR up and running and with read on standby enabled. So why I am doing that is like because I want to show you how many log records, like how many records are getting inserted for that purpose. So I'm going to use like two virtual machines. So one is using the Zorin OS, like it's all Ubuntu Linux flavors, and it's already started, and like HADR is all up and running, and you can see that I have even activated the database. I have started the instance, I've even connected, and this machine is going to be like my primary. So you can see that this is my primary. Zorin OS is the primary system, and the archive log location, you can see it is home db2inst2 arc logs. Do not take this db2inst2 as an instance name. It's just a location. There's no instance in the system like db2inst2. It's just happened to be that way. Okay, so don't confuse that. Like I'm sure, like believe me. Okay, So home db2 and st2 arc logs, and you can see the mirror log path is what I'm configuring here, home db2 and st2 mirror logs. So by this kind of a configuration, what I'm doing is making sure that these active log files is also available to the standby. So if you look in the standby machine, that is also another virtual machine that's using Xubuntu. Again, it's all Ubuntu flavors I have activated, started the instance, activated the database. You can look at the archive log location and the overflow log location. The overflow log location is the one that I'm talking about. So this will make sure that all the active log files are available, and this will make sure that all the archive log files are available for their standby. And I am in super asynchronous mode, so I need to show you that as well, right? So okay, super asynchronous mode. So I am in super asynchronous mode, standby system, remote catch up, and I don't think it's going to ever reach the peer state. That's the super asynchronous mode, and it's all connected fine, like all configured well and good. Okay, so now that's really not an issue. So what Okay, so let's just go and look at how many log records I have. Like I have already a table, and okay, so let me just show you. Okay, yeah, absolutely, there are no records in the table t underscore log, so I'm going to insert few records, and I'm going to show you that. So real quick, okay, that's not real quick. Okay, hit enter. I'll better type it, commit. So once, twice, I'll do it like 2-3 times, I don't know. So db2 commit twice, thrice, this is the third time I'm doing, db2 commit, and fourth time db2 commit, and fifth time db2 commit. So all set and done. Let's look at the records count. So 3750 records. So this is what I wanted to show you. So here's the file manager, archive logs, inst1, HADR, node00, log stream, c00. So you have all the log files. So 40, 41, 42, 43. Okay. And in the mirror logs, you will have the 42, 43, 44, okay, whatever, right? So you have all those log files, right? Now, and if you go to the standby system, even though I am in the super asynchronous mode, you can see that the log gap is really 0. Okay, and also I have enabled the what do you call that, read on standby. So I have enabled read on standby. Okay, that's the way. So since I have so why did I do that was like I just want to show you that. Okay, connect to HADR and run the select query so that I can show you that I'm really in terms of in terms of number of records inserted into this table, 3750 records have been inserted in the standby, and that's how it is there in the primary as well. Okay, so now what is that? So this is all, that's what it is explaining here, and what I'm going to do in the primary is go and disconnect the network. Okay, so once I go and disconnect the network, so let's just go quickly do that. That's the one, disconnect. So maybe we'll have to wait for a couple of minutes or something. So it still says primary and connected, right? So maybe I'll have to wait for that, for the status to change. It should say disconnected, right? And when the network went down, it's really at 3750 number of records were inserted, and at these 3 log files have been archived. So 41, 42, 43. Okay, so let's just look into that. So so my current archival log number is 43, so we just remember that. Okay, and the current number of records is 3750, and the number is 43. Okay, let's go and look at whether it got disconnected. Okay, it still says connected. Okay, that's surprising. Okay, let's do what is happening in the standby. So okay, that's the thing. Okay, it still says connected. I don't know why. 36, right? Okay, so maybe it's going to take some time, so let's wait for a couple of minutes more. Okay, let's just give a ping to, is it ORINOS hyphen V box? It's not, okay, yeah, it's not pingable, so it should change the status. Okay, there you go, disconnected. Okay, it took a while for the status to change to remote catch up pending. I think it's waiting till the HADR timeout is happening, so it became disconnected now. Okay, but then even though it is disconnected, still the database is active and like with 3750 log records, but the network is not there. Okay, so and here also you can see still the primary will continue to be as primary. Now this is the tricky thing that I'm going to do. So the network is not there, so definitely the log files are not going to get shipped over the HTTP, right? So so again I'm going to run the same thing, so in the primary, so with 3750 log records and the archive log file is 43, so you can see that I'm going to run this now and I run it like once. Okay, and I'll just do the commit and run it twice, commit, do it like thrice, commit, do it for another 4 times. I've done 4 times, commit, I've done 5th time, so this is the 5th time I run that SQL. So completed, and you can see the number of records obviously would have increased. 7,500 records from 3,750 something, it became 7,500, so it has doubled. And you can see the number of log files, 43, 44, 45, 46. Definitely 3 or 4 log files have been archived. Okay, so at least even if the active location is not helping me, at least the archive location should help me a little bit here, right? Okay, okay, now this is the thing. So that's done, the network is not there, and you'll know that okay, obviously the network is not there. The standby is still staying at the same place, 3750 number of records in that table, which is absolutely fine. I don't have any issues with that since the network is not there. That's fine. So connect reset, and you can crash the database, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to deactivate DB, the primary database I have deactivated since the network problem is there. I mean some reason, okay, I have deactivated, and I'm just going to leave it that way. Okay, and for some reason I connect reset from here as well. Okay, this is only read only on standby, right? So okay, so that's it. And now the network comes back, you know what I mean. So that's the thing. So the network comes back. So once the network comes back, I'm not going to activate my primary, okay, but the whole idea is that, right? So even if my primary crashes, or if my primary is no more the primary, I want my standby to take over. Okay, even if it is by force, that is fine with me. Okay, so when I do this takeover by force, what I'm expecting is more than 3,750 log records, because I have given all the required log files. So I'm going to show you that. So gksudo, okay, do that and run the file manager, and you will see that home db2 inst2 archive logs inst1 HADR node 00 log stream. It's the same location, it's NFS mounted. So 40 to 47 is what you will see in the primary system as well. 40 to 47, these are the same location. It's like NFS mount points. Okay, I have set it up that way. Okay, and so the archive location is available, and obviously it's the same thing. So mirror logs is the same location that is also available. Okay, so I have made sure the Active logs and the archive logs are both available to the standby. Okay, and the primary is down for some reason, and I have connect reset from the standby, and even if I connect, it will only have 3750 number of records. So I can just probably, we can just show that to you. Connect to HADR and select the count. It's having only 3750. So what I am intending to do is do a takeover, right? So that's the whole idea of this. You know, the tricky thing that I'm doing. It's a twisted thing that I'm doing and a tricky thing that I'm doing. But then, okay, where is the takeover command? And I'm going to do takeover by force. Obviously, my primary database is not up. Okay, so I'm going to take over by force. Copy that and go to the Ubuntu system and paste that and initiate the takeover. Let's see. Okay, the takeover got completed, so I should be able to now connect to the database, and it will be actually a primary database. What is the count? That is what is I'm not able to understand. So I configured a shared location. I have configured the shared location to be the archive log file location. So at least it should give me something more than 3750. If not 7500, at least it should give me 5000 maybe. Right? But it just stayed there at the same point where the network got, you know, broke, you know, where the network got disconnected. So it's still staying at the same point. It's not, the takeover command is not, even if the archival location is a shared location and the log files are available, the takeover command is not taking the log files from the shared location and trying to recover as many transactions as possible. So that is what I'm saying here. And I know this is a weird way of, there could be some valid reasons for it, but I'm not sure. But it's maybe I thought it's a good, I thought like it should do that, right? So what is so harmful in not doing that? So one reason I could think of is if for some reason the primary got crashed and it is completely, it's not even able to recover if it is going to redo the transactions, then you will end up in a scenario where primary is crashed and standby is not even able to do the takeover because of that some weird transactions. But I don't know how the transactions will mess up to that level. So I'm not really sure. So so this is the thing that I wanted to discuss, or this is the tip that I wanted to provide. So at least it will help to understand the system in a better way. So that's why I'm saying this is not really a solution. This is just a problem scenario, a weird configuration, and maybe my expectation is too my expectation is not too correct technically. So any case, so I welcome your inputs on this video, and share your thoughts and inputs on this, why it is behaving like this, because my expectation was to at least recover as many transactions as possible, since it is available in the shared archive location. See, from the active location, if you don't want to recover, that's fine, but from the archive location, configuring a shared device, you should be able to recover it, and it's not happening during the takeover. See, if I do the same thing, if it's standby, I can take a backup of the primary and put it like reinitialize the standby, and if the log files are available in the archive log location and being a shared location, if I do a restore of the standby and try to start it up as standby, it will reprocess all those transactions. But when a takeover is happening, it's not doing that. Yeah, maybe it's I don't know, maybe there could be some valid reasons for it. The only thing that I would think of is to ensure the consistency of transactions, but then you are providing all the transactional log files. So considering that it's a shared location and all the log files are available, what is the harm in recovering as many transactions as possible during the takeover? Why you should restrict yourself if it is not going to put the database in an inconsistent state, right? So okay, so that's the thing that I wanted to tell you or provide you as a tip or a thing for discussion. Please share your inputs on this, and please subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/db2luw academy. Thanks for clicking on the video, watching the video. See you in the next video tutorial. Until then, bye bye.